guys, my name is Dr. Rocker and today we will analyze Jim Lee's anatomy. Should you consider to become a comic book artist or just like to draw comic book characters, then make sure to watch the whole video. It will be of great value and will help you to improve. Let's go! Jim Lee is such a great artist and his gesture drawing and his anatomy is out of the world. And today we will check out some of them. So let's take a look at this Superman drawing. We will start with the chest, because this is the very most important part, especially in Jim Lee's drawings. He's defining the chest very well all the time. There is the hole for the shoulder, there would be the hole for the other shoulder, and there's the hole for the neck. So we will go ahead and draw in the big muscle groups now. This is the shoulder muscle. Then there's the upper arm from the left hand, and the forearm would be like that. There's the fist, of course, just real quick. Then there would be the other shoulder muscle. We are not able to see the upper arm. He would be here, and there's the other forearm without the muscles. This is just a gesture drawing now, and we can also go ahead and do the chest muscles and the middle of the chest, very important. And there go the collarbones. Okay, so from there on we will go down there to the belt. I always like to draw in the belt with my gesture drawings. It helps me to be able to find out where everything needs to be. And now we will take care of this line. There are the stomach muscles, and then we go down there, and there's a little twist to the crotch. And there Superman is nice to draw from because he wears his underwear outside, which makes it easier to do a gesture. Then there's one of the legs and the other one. We will not take most of these legs because they are not seen all the way down, but that's not very important. Okay, there's the head. We will draw a ball for the head, and the middle of the face is right there, and there's the eye. Also, we can also draw in the most important lines. Okay, and of course the neck muscles. So you can see when I get rid of this one, this is already the gesture drawing. But now I want to take a closer look at the muscles. So we will draw in the bicep right there. I will only draw in the outer lines now, so we can get rid of the help lines we don't need anymore. So just real quick. Okay, now I will use an eraser to get rid of these help lines, because we also want to check out the actual anatomy. Jim Lee is drawing very gestural, but still there's a lot of muscles going on in his drawings. Okay, so now we can take a closer look. The shoulder muscle. There is the biggest one. This is a big part of the shoulder muscle. There's a smaller one, and also a smaller one right there. And this is a little bit of a... well, it's something between the shoulder muscle and part of the chest muscle. And you can see the main muscles are just 3 big muscle groups for the shoulder muscles. That's all you need. Then there's also one big bicep and one round muscle for the tricep. And that's all from the upper arm. And the forearm is defined in these shapes. They are very long, you can see. Just long shapes like that. And that's it. Those are all the shapes he needs to define a really cool forearm. The same goes here, just to show you. They are very lengthy muscles, and I would interconnect them way more often, like this. But it's not necessary, as you can see. It looks good as it is in Jim Lee's style. And we will not do too much with those legs because they're only a little bit to be seen, but you can see also the legs. They don't have too many different muscles, just what we need. For the stomach muscles, which are very important in hero drawings, he just mostly in his drawings he just uses 2 groups of muscles. I would use 3 groups, but that's totally cool as it is. The ribcage right there, I will just go ahead and erase the help line here so you can see it properly. The ribcage is very jagged, as it should be in a comic book drawing. And the ribs, they come out like this. There's one. Interconnects with the next one. This is just a big shadow from the chest muscle. There's another rib and there's another rib. That's all he does for the ribs. Well, maybe here a little. And funny enough, there's also a rib to be seen right there. Although this would actually, if I'm not mistaken, when there would be a rib to be seen, there should be a rib here, which is not really the case. But still, it looks awesome. What else can we say about this drawing? I think that's the most important thing we need to know. Looks awesome, although those are just some scribbles. There's the Batman, always very cool drawn by Jim Lee, and we will start off with a line in the middle to define the chest. Actually, it goes down right to the crotch, and we also, as always, will need to draw in the chest like that. Oops. I chose this figure because very often he does the thing where you look upward to the character, which means the chest is obscuring a little bit of the head, but still the whole head is actually to be seen, but not the neck. Okay, so there are the most important lines for the head. Then there's the hole for the arms, and there's the hole for the neck. Not really to be seen, but I want you to know where it is. Then we draw in the shoulder muscles, and the gesture of the hands would be like that. Fist. Okay, this is very Jim Lee because he really does this so awesome. There's a shoulder muscle and there's the bicep, which means that would be, if this is the shoulder muscle, that would be how we construct it, because this is the upper arm and this is the forearm, very foreshortened, ending up in the fist. And then we go down to the belt, drawing in the belt so it's easier. Then, like Superman, he wears his underwear outside, which is great for gesture drawing practice. Then we go here with the upper leg. The knees look like this in Jim Lee's drawing, and a foreshortened upper right leg right there. There's the knee and the lower leg. Okay, so let's get rid of some of those help lines because I want to show you the muscles. You know how to construct the piece now, but we can get rid of those. Because of the help lines, we know where the bicep is. This is the bicep. A little bit to be seen of the tricep. Jagged forms for the forearm. This is the very foreshortened forearm. There is one big muscle right there, just like that. Then there's a muscle, there's one, and there's even a little bit of an interconnection. But you can see just very straight lines on the forearm. And what's really cool is this part, because the shoulder does this where it interconnects with the chest muscles. Chest muscles are right there, and because this shoulder is upright, the whole chest is bent in this direction. You see? There's a shadow from the chest, also here a little bit. And on the other side, we can see two big forms for shoulder muscle, the big bicep, and actually not really the tricep to be seen. The tricep is behind there. You could go ahead and join a tricep like this, would fit as well, but it's not in the drawing, so we won't do it. Then we have this here, and there's the next forearm, which is also just some lines like that. That are all the muscle groups, and I can show you real quick just some straight lines. But when you do all these, let me remove this, when you do all the shadows, it looks so awesome. It also looks cool like that, but you would think there's something missing, like maybe a thing like that or that, but it's not necessary. Looks good as it is. Okay, then the stomach muscles are just one straight line, and there's the division of those stomach muscles. He also just does two fields, not a six-pack but a four-pack, but it looks great. And there we draw in the ribs. Similar to Superman, to his Superman drawings. What else did I miss? I guess the legs. I showed you before, they're the knees. They have this really nice form, which I used a lot. Came in quite handy quite sometimes. And when we define the muscles, it's like that. It's a little bit hard to see the definition of Jim Lee's muscles, because like in this case, as you can see, he just defines them with those lines, and so it's hard to follow along. But there they are. Those are the muscles. There are not many muscles to be seen right there. Just like that. And also, like in the forearm, he defines the lower leg with very straight lines. I need to try this out more often. Works really, really lovely. And just like that, we have another one down. You can see the anatomy and the gesture and the gesture drawing are amazing. And just because this is such an iconic piece, it's similar to some other stuff we did, but it's just too cool to not be used in a video. So let's start right off with the chest again. Somewhere around that. There are the holes for the chest. There would be the hole for the neck, which is not to be seen in this one. Okay. And yeah, there are the muscles for the shoulder. And this is a very interesting part. I will get there right to in a second. Let's just do the gesture drawing real quick. This fist is way bigger than this because of the foreshortening, of course. There's also the belt, underwear, and there's a knee, so there are upper and lower legs. Just like that. And here you can see already, this is a great pose. Now, I want to show you, let's get rid of some of these lines, especially here. All the help lines need to go, because what I want to show you are these muscles right there. So there's the tricep and the bicep, okay? Then there's the forearm. Again, not a lot of interconnection, just very straight lines. This particular Batman is a little bit more muscular. He's very jagged. And there's the bicep right there. And this is such a great You know what? We will focus on this for this one. It's a little bit pixely. I'm sorry about that. It's not the best image, but that's all I got. There are the chest muscles, and you can see the chest muscles are not very big. He's more of a shoulder muscle guy. The shoulder muscles are still not as many muscles as you would think. There are 2 to be seen and 1. And there is the rib cage. And even there he makes sure that this one is pressed together more than this side, because this arm is stretched, which is great, really, really great work. And here he has this extra muscle, which I have never seen somewhere else. There's the tricep, would be like that. And there's the stomach. That would be, I don't know if this is the stomach or not. Maybe this is a side muscle from the stomach. And there would be his 4-pack. Okay, and here is the rib cage. The ribs are just here, like this. And yeah, those are the shadows. And you can see, this is crazy. I mean, look at that. I never would have come up with this, but it looks awesome. The bicep goes in there so well. That's great. So really try it out. Draw the gesture, just draw the gesture. I will show the gestures later when I'm done with the video at the end, so you can take screenshots to practice from them. And I will do so as well, because those are great. You can only get better big time when you do those. And there is the knee. You know what? I will just get rid of this real quick. The gesture is too dominant. Okay. There's the knee with these, and just straight down. There would be some muscles like this. Is it to be seen? Yeah. And here are some major muscles. And he doesn't use the same forms like I do, but they work so well. This is very interesting to me, because, and I guess most of you guys would do the same thing. I will show you right there. If this would be my leg, I would do the knee like that, but other than that, I would go in there and I guess I don't know. Sorry, it's not. It's hard when I see Jim Lee's drawing under there, but I guess I would have done it like this. That would be my approach, which is different. But then again, not as different as I would have thought. That would be my approach. And that's Jim Lee's. Way more straight lines. That's funny. That's really interesting to see. You should try out these things as well, and just try to mix these styles with your own and check out what's the difference and what you can take from it. On this one, I just want to do a real quick gesture drawing because it's just an amazing gesture. Look at that. There's the line from the shoulders. Let's just go in and do the chest like this. There would be a hole for one shoulder and there for the other. This is the shoulder muscle for shortened upper arm. Then we have the, I will also do some muscle groups. Then we have the forearm. There's the other shoulder muscle. And that's the beauty, look. There is the chest muscle right there. And this is amazingly done. Why is it not working? Oh my, I'm sorry about that. There's the chest muscle. And we need this here. There is a foreshortened upper body. There's the belt. I need to do the other arm. And the bicep is I will show you. I will erase this one. The bicep is coming out right there beneath the chest muscle. Big tricep. It's also a very, very muscular one. The other arm. And just to do that real quick, the knee. Lower arm, lower leg, upper leg, just like that. And this one is bent there. And here it's very foreshortened, but look at that. This is amazingly drawn. This is really hard to do, I promise you that. So make sure to stick to the video till the end and then make a screenshot of all of these. Because look at that. This is just amazing. I need to draw that right away. But first, I will finish the video. Okay, and this is a really, really great one. Let's just do the gesture real quick. There's the middle line of a body. The line between the shoulders, that always helps to define where everything needs to be. Then there's our chest. This is a hard one, but we will figure it out. There's the hole for the shoulder muscles and the hole for the neck. The neck produces us in the face right away, so we can just do this. There's no neck to be seen except from this little area right there. There's the chest muscle, and this is the shoulder muscle, right, like this. And there is like that. That's of course the upper arm and the forearm. Just a gesture real quick. Also here, because it's always, I know this video says it's about the anatomy, but the gesture is part of the anatomy and it's very, very important. So for the gesture, there's also the belt. Then I will draw in the trousers. They would be like that. I mean the underwear actually. There's this really cool leg looking forward. And what's also very cool, this leg, when I would draw it, my knee would be here, but that would be wrong because it's very long. It comes from here, but it's looking so good. That would be a mistake I would have made. I guess I would have done the knee here and then I would like, doesn't look good, but why? It's such a long leg, it's necessary to do it like that. Okay, this is the gesture, okay? But now in this one, I want to focus on the muscles way more. So I will go ahead and do this so we can almost not see it again and do an extra layer. Okay, the muscles. Check this out. There's the chest muscle. You know what? That's still too much. There's the chest muscle. This is the middle of our chest. And here, the chest, of course. And the cool thing about this is this area. Oops. The forearm is right there. Just like that. The forearm, again, there's our hand. The forearm are just straight muscles. Not too much commotion going on there. Football-shaped muscles like that. That's the whole forearm. There's the bicep. The bicep, again, has this really cool form. He does this a lot, where he makes this form for a bicep. You can also go ahead and make a round bicep. There's only a little bit of it. But that's the cool thing about Jim Lee. It is gestural, but also anatomical. He's really, really good. There's the chest muscle, the end of the chest muscle, and there's the chest muscle. And he still fits in this little extra muscle right there, and it looks so cool. I wouldn't have come up with this if I wouldn't have seen it in one of Jim Lee's drawings. The shoulder muscle is divided in two here. So just two portions of shoulder muscles. This is actually the shoulder muscle and this is just a shadow. But I actually want to focus on the muscle groups. There's the tricep, like that, comes out here, and there's another extra muscle beneath the tricep. So we have these here, and very similar, there's the neck muscle. I will also draw in the head real quick again, just for a placeholder. The neck. And here we have the other shoulder, also divided in two muscle groups. The bicep again. We will also draw in the forearm real quick, because all of these lines end up in the forearm. The forearm on this side, of course, also very straight muscles. But they look great. There's an extra muscle. There's the tricep. And there would also be an extra one. This is the muscle right there. What I really like is, because he's stretched upward, these look really cool. The ribs. Okay, then we have this right here. A lot of shadow, and I would say that would be like the usual 4-pack. Maybe there could be another one right here, but that's also not to be seen because of the shadow. The chest froze. So if you take a look at just that, you will see that's great. That's really a lot of muscles, and really some muscles you actually wouldn't draw if you wouldn't see it right there on Jim Lee stuff. We will also take a look at the legs. There's this muscle, however he's called. Is it the calves? I don't know. I'm speaking German. I don't know the English word. I'm sorry. This muscle group right there. There's a big one. It shows a shadow, so I guess that's the line for the actual muscle. Also, here is one and here is one. You see, it's just long lines, but it works so good. I mean, at least in my understanding, you could go ahead and find some anatomical stuff that would explain everything better, but that's the way I see it, and I guess a lot of you guys will as well. That's what's important to know, because when you know how to define these, that's enough. Just need to look cool. There are the muscles from the lower legs, and now let me just draw in a proper foot right there. Okay, and you can see, wait a second, I forgot this one. Important line. You can see, this is an amazing drawing, look at that. If you see all these muscles, you would think, what's this, a muscle bear? But no, properly shaded, it looks amazing. But Jim Lee is also really great in drawing women, so let's take a look at those. There's Wonder Woman, and the middle of Wonder Woman would be here, and we also draw in the chest, which is of course very thin because it's not supposed to be very muscular. There are the hole, that would be the holes for the shoulder muscle. The shoulder muscle is right there. And you can see there's also the muscle for the chest muscle. There would be the other shoulder muscle, hands, and the other hand would be right there for shortened forearm, like that. Then I like to draw a woman's hip like that. I'll do like an underwear drawing, so I can imagine where everything needs to be, and from there on the legs come out, there are the knees. There's the other knee. Those are very very simple compared to all the quadrillion muscles you need to draw on your heroes. What's really cool in this drawing is that she's looking upwards. We are looking up to her, and you can see there's no line like this for the chin, but that's where it is. That's the face. Very beautifully done. And of course we need to draw in some breasts, like that. And the breast comes out from this muscle right there. And when we draw in a little bit more of the shapes as they need to be, we can see everything is defined very nicely. And let's check it out without the image. You can see it looks so heroic, although it's just some lines. That's amazing to me. Now we'll take a look at Wonder Woman again, but in a very dynamic pose, as you can see. And there's the chest, like that. Very lengthy. There's the hole for the head. Well, actually for the neck, but you can't see the neck because similar to the, I think it was the Batman, we look at it from this direction so we can't see it. There's a hole for the shoulders. The shoulder muscle is right there, and there you can see again, this is the shoulder muscle going direct into the muscle from the chest. The chest muscle would be like that, but they're the breasts, of course. In this way they are presented in a very nice way because we are looking at them from above. There, of course, the arm and the forearm with a fist. He also made her very muscular in this one because she's ready to get into a fight. Actually, she is already in a fight in this one. Very foreshortened upper arm. You can see it's just a bicep right there. It's almost nothing. And then a way longer forearm. Here again, the way I like to draw women is with this shape. There is our upper leg and very foreshortened lower legs. And again, like in the Superman before, no, it was a Batman. This leg, I guess I would have drawn it wrong the first time. I would have recognized that it's wrong, but I guess I would have drawn it short like this. I don't know. I need to get that out of my system and draw longer legs. It also happens sometimes with the arms, although sometimes that's actually intentional. But you can see that's a great pose, right? This could also be Catwoman. And speaking of the Catwoman, here we go. Also a bit of a similar pose to the one from Wonder Woman before. We'll also start, there's the middle line and there's a line. Sometimes I like to do that. Mostly in my drawings I start with those two lines because then I know where everything is. Sometimes I draw this line to define the spine, would be like this. But it's just how you go into a drawing. You can do this or that, whatever you like, or whatever you feel most comfortable in for the gesture you are drawing. Here is this shape again. There are the holes for the shoulders, and there's the hole for the neck. Very thin neck in Catwoman. I will also draw in the head real quick. She has a very cool shape, a little bit of a manga shape from the head. Oops, that would be the ears. Okay, this is the shoulder muscle on both sides, upper arm and lower arm, the forearm. Very cool hands, very fitting for the Catwoman. And even if I draw just the fingers like this, I'm sure you can see it properly. Looks awesome. Also the breasts are very important, and there you can see again, this is the shoulder muscle, which ends in the chest muscle. Chest muscle, if it would be a boy, would be here. But there's the breast, of course, so we can't see the chest muscles. There's also this small muscle in here, right there. Then in this case, I'm also using the belt. I don't do with women. With women, I don't have to draw in the belt for my anatomy, like I told you how I do it with male characters. Here, I like to draw this shape. That's good enough for me. Then the legs. It's so easy if you just have to trace it. But it's the best way to show you the anatomy of someone else, I think. Oh, and we forgot the arm. Very beautifully done. You can see, because the arm is stretched away from us, the bicep is very long into the forearm actually. And the forearm are just some muscle shapes. With women, we don't need to draw as many muscle shapes because they don't have such big muscles usually as the male superhero characters do. And also these are very lengthy muscles, of course. And you can see, you know what? I will even go ahead and give her the cat ears. Okay, did I forget something? I don't think so. Let's see how it looks. Oh! I want to join the arm a little bit, of course. But you can see, this is just a perfect gesture for a Catwoman. And last but not least, I want to show you a little bit more of a simple drawing from Jim Lee. We will also start with the line in the middle and from shoulder to shoulder. In this case, we can define the chest, it would be like this. But very often when you draw, especially a simpler form like this, you can just go ahead and just try to find the form like that. But still, here's the chest. There would be the holes for the shoulder muscles, just like that. The arms go down there. Very long arms, of course. And yeah, here is the point where the whole thing, the whole body is a little bit, well, there's a, how do you call this? This shape, chuck, chuck. Whatever, I guess it's too late already. Okay, still, I'm drawing in my shape right there, just like that. Goes up to this shape. That would be the chest. There's the breast. Not a lot to be seen in this one. And of course you can see again the arm, or actually the shoulder, ends up there. This is the chest muscle, but there's the breast. And of course some legs right there. And this is also a very nice gesture, although she's just standing there. She's just standing there. It's Batgirl, the daughter of Mr. Gordon. But still a very, very lovely gesture. And it's very, very important to practice, you know what, give her the ears as well. It's very important to practice gestures like these as well. I will still join the arm a little bit, like he did, because with the simple gestures you will be able to learn a little bit more about the overall muscle groups the artist uses, and this way you can see them really nicely and get into the flow of the artist. And what's very, very lovely about this one, you would say she's just standing there, but no, there's still a really, really cool twist right there. You see? That's really nice. Well, was a little bit much. I guess it's like that. Yeah. Really nice. And here I will show you real quick all of the drawings we just defined and analyzed, so you can draw from them, take a screenshot or pause the video and try and practice and get as much out of the drawings as you can. Okay, so I would say that was very interesting already, but before we stop this video, I wanna give it a go, and I will use this really hard gesture of the Batman jumping down from a building we did just before, and I want to try and draw it and use it for another character, just to mix it up and to try to see what I can get out of this drawing. This is actually just for me because I wanna see what I was able to take from this Jim Lee study we just did. And so this is just a little tryout. I will speed this up really fast because this video will be long enough as it is, but I still want you to see if I was able to come up with something. So let's draw Daredevil taken from Jim Lee's Batman. Let's go! And here you can see on the left side on the iPad, there's the gesture drawing of this really complicated one, where you can see all those crazy muscle groups I've never seen before. So I decided that would be the best one for me to try and come up with a drawing like that, because this way I will learn a lot, I dare say. And although I took the muscles and the gesture from the Jim Lee drawing, I will do the rest in my own style, which means there will be a little bit of different shadings and a little bit of different ways to use the strong blacks, which I'm defining right now with my H pencil, just to make sure that I won't mess up the whole drawing. And now I use my Tombow Fudensuke brush pen to fill in all the strong blacks. It's not a very big drawing, so this one is big enough. For the strong blacks in a bigger drawing, I would use my brush pen with an actual brush. And here I'm already using my 0.2 fine liner from Micron to do some hatching lines, and you can see now this is way more in my style, especially on the chest you can see the different kind of shadings I like to use, but still there are a lot of strong blacks in this one, and very often I just hatch out of these strong blacks with very small dot-like lines. And shouldn't you do so anyway, I would really highly recommend to draw along with this video. I did after I recorded it, and it helped out so much. So I really want to encourage you to take a pencil and a piece of paper and draw along, because this will help you out so much. And here you can see again in direct comparison Jim Lee's Batman compared to my Daredevil. Jim Lee's drawing is way better, but I didn't have a lot of time, I rushed it a little bit, but still I learned a lot from doing this drawing. Okay guys, turned out way too muscular for Daredevil, I'm aware of that, but still it was a fun experience. I think it looks pretty cool, and I hope you have been able to take as much from this study today as I was. It was really a lot of fun to fool around with Jim Lee's muscle groups. So have a lot of fun drawing, don't forget to draw every day, that's very important. And if you liked this video today, then I want you to go now and check out this video. That's where I show you how to draw Jim Lee's Superman. Really cool video, you can draw along, very easy tutorial. It's very fitting to today's video. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notification bell. And of course, it would be a blast if you would share my videos on social media. But now, see you there, my friends.